get this. Okay.
I'll be sitting at the table. I'm just getting the cameras ready right now. I'll be moving up closer.
Okay, so let's just get a record of who's here. So, Mr. Capps, you introduce yourself
Michael Capps,
and your address.
1525 Coon Creek Road.
Okay, and the witness is.
Lonna Salmonson.
Okay, would you spell that?
Lonna Salmonson.
Okay, and then we have the notary, Ashley Verga. Would you swear the witness in, Ms. Verga? I'll have you. Could you stand, place your left hand on the Bible, and raise your right hand, Ms. Salmonson?
Do you swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, you can have a seat. So, Ms. Salmonson, did you receive a subpoena to be here today?
Yes.
And we're here in the state of Joan Capps. I want to ask you, how did you know Miss Joan Morris Capps?
She was our neighbor.
And how long did you know Miss Capps?
21 years.
Was she your neighbor for 21 years?
She was my neighbor for about 18 years.
And before that, where did she live?
She's always lived there. I married my husband, who's always lived by her.
Okay. You moved in, but she was already living there?
Yes.
And at that time, was she married?
Yes.
And who was her husband at that time?
Larry Morris.
Did you know Larry?
I did.
How long had they been married when you first met them?
I don't know.
They were married in 1993.
Please let the witness testify. This is not your deposition, Mr. Capps. How close are you to where she lived? How close in space?
I'm not good with mileage, but not even, just like I can walk in my driveway and just a little ways down the road and she's right there.
Can you see her house from your house?
When the leaves are off, I can see the top of it.
Okay.
Yes.
And how would you describe, over the years as you got to know Joan, how would you describe her personality?
I loved Joan. Joan was a very kind, sweet, loving person who would never say anything mean about anybody, ever.
And what about her husband? What's his personality like?
Larry was a different character. Larry was rough. He was the opposite of Joan.
Now, they had children?
They did not have children together.
Okay.
No.
But Joan had children?
Yes.
And who are they?
There's Penny, Wendy, and Debbie.
And did you get to know them over the years as you lived next to Joan?
I got to know Debbie and Wendy, but not really Penny. She never lived there.
Okay. So Debbie and Wendy lived in the area?
Uh-huh.
Would they visit their mother often?
Yes.
Did you observe their relationship?
Mm-hmm.
Debbie and Joan and Wendy and Joan. How did you observe their relationship?
They had a close relationship. They loved each other.
How do you know that? What were some of the things that...
Just by, like when Joan was sick, Debbie would call us, please go check on Mama, go see if Mama's okay. Same with Wendy.
Okay. And did you ever observe them have any disagreements?
No.
Did Joan ever complain to you about her daughters?
One time Joan said that her and Debbie got into an argument.
Okay. Do you know what that was about?
I don't.
But
I know Debbie was living there at the time. So, people living together are going to argue over little things.
Okay. But you don't know what the argument was about?
I don't.
Okay. Did anyone else live at the property so before, we're going to cover the time before Mr. Capps came on the scene. Who else ever lived at the property? We have Joan living in the house with her husband.
Larry. Mm-hmm.
And then Debbie.
She
lived at the house.
with her son.
Okay.
And Wendy at one point.
And how long, what period of time did Debbie live there? Do you know?
I don't, because I don't keep track of times or dates or anything like that.
Okay. Would it be a period of years or months?
I would say probably close to a year. I don't think she lived there over a year. I could be wrong, but it was either a year or a little less than a year.
How about Wendy?
Wendy didn't live there very long either, and that was before Debbie had lived there.
Do you know why Wendy moved in? Okay. And did they live there with Larry?
No. No one lived there when Larry lived there.
Okay. Do you know when Larry may have passed away? About what year it was?
I think it was about, my father was 2000, probably maybe around 2012, 2013,
Okay.
maybe.
And so these periods when Wendy and Debbie lived, Wendy and Debbie lived with Joan, that was after he had passed
Yes.
away. And so she was in the home by herself.
Yes.
And then they came in to live with him.
Yes.
Do you know where Joan worked?
Walmart.
Did you see her out at her job?
I did. She gave my son a job there.
Okay. Would you talk to her when you saw her out there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Did she ever share any of her personal life with you?
A little.
Tell me about that. What kinds of things would she talk about?
Just any time or?
Yeah, anytime.
We shared a lot when she met Mr. Capps. You know, she had said that she met him online and that he was going to be asking her to get married, but she wasn't real sure that was something she wanted to get into.
We'll get into that a little bit later, but I
Okay.
kind of want to cover the time period before Mr. Capps.
Okay.
Did you ever have any disagreements with Joan on a neighborly setting?
Never.
Any issues with the road or traffic or noise, anything like that?
Never.
Did you ever go over there and, like, I guess neighbors sometimes might bring food over. Did you ever bring food over to Joan?
I did.
Okay. What?
We brought her flowers on Mother's Day, and this was after Larry had died, because my youngest son absolutely loved Joan. He would watch her dogs when she would go away. He would go down there and do work for her when she would need something done.
Your youngest son, what's his name?
Isaac.
So would she call for him, like
Yeah.
send him down and he'll...
Yes. She's like, can you please send Isaac down to help me give the dogs a bath, or ask Isaac to watch the dogs or feed the dogs.
And what other types of jobs would he do for Joan?
I think he would like wash her car too. Just little things. She liked being around Isaac. So anything that he could do for her, and she, knew that it was something he could do. She would always give him Christmas presents every year, and birthday presents
To Isaac.
to Isaac.
So with this time, about how old was Isaac when he first started to help Joan out?
I would say maybe 10.
How about anyone else? Would anyone else go down and help her? do
My
anything?
husband has helped her before.
Okay, what would he do for her?
One time she had trouble getting her generator started for the house in the wintertime. He went down and fixed that.
So was that a situation where the power had gone out?
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And
And
did
this
he-
was after, Larry, of course, had passed, and we tried to keep an eye on Joan because we knew she was by herself
Okay.
at times.
And was he successful in getting the generator going?
Yes,
Joan was happy about it?
yes.
What other types of jobs would he do? Would Richard do?
That was basically it. If something tore up, she would either call him or another neighbor, and one of them would go down and help her fix it. If something was wrong with her car, or something couldn't get it started, or needed a light bulb changed in it, he would go down and help.
Okay. Did he ever have any disagreements with Joan?
No.
Did you ever have an occasion to anything at all? Maybe any kind of disagreement?
No.
So, where did Joan go to church?
She originally had gone to Ridgecrest when her and Larry were together, but when he died, she felt sad, so she didn't go back to Ridgecrest. So she started going to, I think it's Community, yeah, Baptist Church.
Do you know where that is? Can you help
It's
me?
off of Bellevue Road.
Bless you.
And did you ever visit her at church?
My husband was called there to fill in to preach, and that's where I saw her at the church.
Okay.
But we never attended the same church.
Okay. Did anyone ever give her rides to church in your family?
No.
Okay. Was she able to drive herself for the time that you knew her?
Yes.
Did she ever come to a point where she couldn't drive?
I believe she did, but she still tried to drive herself.
Okay.
But yeah, she shouldn't have been driving.
Did she ever have any accidents to your knowledge? Any car accidents?
Not to my knowledge.
So now, I want to ask you about when the first time you met Mr. Capps here, Mr. Michael Capps. When was that?
It was at church,
Okay, what church was that?
the Community Baptist Church.
And was that on a Sunday?
Yes.
And you mentioned something about your husband filling in to preach there, and so that was the occasion to meet Mr. Capps. How did it kind of describe the circumstance for me? What happened?
Him and Joan came in that morning, and Joan introduced him to us, told us where she had met him.
Which was?
Online. And, I mean, that was basically it. We said hello and nice to meet you, and that was it. The only words I've ever spoke to him.
So how did Joan introduce him? What did she say? Who was Michael to her?
She just said, "This is Michael, my friend, that I met online."
Do you know, can you remember when that might have been?
No.
Okay. Do you think Richard might know?
He might. He's got a better memory.
Okay. Like,
Dates.
could you remember years at all? Like, are we talking in the last 5 years? Or are we talking
Definitely.
the last...
Probably in the last 2 years, maybe.
Okay.
Maybe.
Is that the only time, was that the first and only time you've ever met Mr. Capps?
Yes.
So, sitting here today, you see him here today.
Mhm.
This would be the second time that you've seen Mr. Capps in person.
Other than when we were in the courtroom.
In the courtroom about month or so
Right.
ago? Okay. Have you ever spoken to Mr. Capps on the phone?
Never.
Have you ever corresponded with Mr. Capps?
Never.
Email?
Nope.
Text?
Nope.
Do you know Mr. Capps' phone number?
Nope.
Has he ever called you?
Nope.
Has he ever texted you?
No.
After you were introduced to him as the friend of Joan, did you come to learn that he was more than a friend to her?
She never described him as more than a friend until a little later when she said, "I think he's going to ask me to marry him."
So tell me about that. How did that conversation go? Where were you? Do you remember any
It was
of
on
the
the phone.
details? Okay.
I was on the phone with Joan, and she said, "I think he's going to ask me to marry him." And of course, my question was like, "Is that something you think you want to do?" Because I knew she wasn't over Larry, and she really suffered over Larry, and she was like, "I don't know."
That's her response.
That was
Anything
her
else?
response.
Did she?
No.
At that time, do you feel like she was in her right mind? That she was?
At that time, yes, I do.
She wasn't showing any signs, to your observation, of maybe old age or
No,
issues from health.
not at that time.
Okay. Did she ever talk to you at all anymore about marrying Mr. Capps?
Mm.
Did she ever tell you what she may have wanted in a wedding?
No,
Did anyone else around her ever tell you what she wanted in the wedding?
nope.
Did at that time that she said, "I think he's going to marry I think he's going to ask me to marry him. Did she talk about Larry at all in that conversation?
No, I don't think she did.
Okay.
I don't recall her.
Did you ask her any questions about Mr. Capps?
Well, I was just like, that's just somebody you met online. You don't really know who this person is. But she didn't really respond. So,
Anything else about that phone call that you remember?
no.
So, at some point, did Mr. Capps come to live with Joan?
I never saw him move into that house till after she died. He was there, but he never lived there until after she died. Then he moved all his stuff
Well,
in.
now, what makes you say he never lived there?
Because he would come and go. We would always see him come and go.
Like come and go on the same day?
Yes.
Did he have a car?
Yes.
What was the make and model of that car? Do you remember?
It's black. That's all I know. I'm not a car person.
Does he still have that car?
I think so.
Okay, so he would come, but would he stay overnight?
I don't recall him staying overnight. I mean, I didn't sit there with a video camera and watch everything they did, but not that I recall.
How often, okay, at this time, now we're talking about the time period when you realized that Mr. Capps was involved in her life. How often do you think you might have seen Joan at her house?
I would say maybe once a week.
Okay.
Maybe.
And from where your house is, can you see who is coming and going to Joan's house?
Not like directly into the driveway, but they would have to come by my house
Okay.
to get out. But I couldn't look from my house and see who's parked in the driveway.
And at that period of time, were you home most of the day?
Yeah. Yeah, because I only had a part-time job then.
Okay.
So,
All right, now, how did you learn that Mr. Capps and Joan had married?
I don't think until, I'm not sure how I found out. I don't know. I don't remember if Joan told me or if my husband told me. I don't remember that.
Do you recall when that may have been that you learned that?
No.
Now, according to the records in the case, they were married sometime in June 2018.
That sounds about right.
Does that
Yeah.
consistent with your memory of when you may have found out? Was it in 2018 or 2019?
No, I would think that it would be in 2018.
And at that time, you had said before, but I just want to make sure I'm clear on this. You don't think Mr. Capps moved into the home in 2018, and Miss Joan had passed away when? Do you remember when she passed away?
I'm thinking it might have been April.
Of this year.
Yes.
And so, to your recollection, you don't recall him living there until after.
After that.
Now, we've talked about meeting Mr. Capps once at church, and there's no further contact. But have you become aware of statements that Mr. Capps has made about you?
Yes.
Okay, so let's cover some of those statements. Give me some of the most memorable statements that Mr. Capps has made about you.
About me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, obviously he doesn't know me. He says that I control my husband, which I do not. I don't control him. He doesn't control me. That's why we're here separately.
She's the witness, Mr. Capps.
She's
You'll get
addressing me
a
directly.
chance. You get a chance to ask her questions.
But she was addressing me directly.
He's placed lots of videos on YouTube that are just downright lies about me, saying, too, that I've filed a claim against him that's illegal, a protection order that's just illegal.
Now let's slow down a minute. Why did you file the protection order?
Because this creep with a wig and sunglasses is walking up and down my driveway, videotaping everything, zooming in on my home, talking about my children. I don't know if he's a pedophile. I mean, he kind of looks like one. So yes, I was very concerned for me and for my child.
So about the he's sitting at your driveway.
He's down at the foot of my driveway.
How far is that from your house?
Like I said, in distance, I couldn't tell you, but you could. It's just like up this way, this way, this way, and there's my house.
It's close enough that you can tell who's there at the end of the driveway?
Yeah.
And describe his appearance for me when he's at the end of the driveway in these instances.
Like I said, with his wig and dark sunglasses, trench coat, some kind of coat on, just creepy looking.
How do you know he has a camera?
Because you can see it.
Is he holding it up?
He wears one on a stick, one on his head, and one on his chest. There's not just one camera. He's
Okay.
got about maybe 10 on it. I don't
So,
know. It's a GoPro.
so is he saying anything when he's doing this?
Yes.
What is he saying?
Well, he's bashing my husband, talking about him, talking about...
You can hear him from your house?
No, I didn't hear him from the house.
Okay.
But he's trying to...
How do you know what he's saying? I mean, how do you...
Because I saw the video that he
Is
has
this-
posted
These are videos that he's posted.
on YouTube.
And you can tell that it's at the end of your driveway.
Yes.
Okay.
He's zooming in on my front porch.
You can see your front porch on the
Yes.
video.
Yes.
And okay, so what are some of the things he's saying on that video?
He's saying that my children are gay, and that probably one of my kids is having an affair with a neighbor. He's insinuating that. So it concerns me that I don't know that he might be a sexual predator. So this is
Why
why
would he
I
say?
took-
Is there any reason, to your knowledge, that he would say anything about your children being gay?
I have no idea. He doesn't even know them.
Has he ever? Has your children ever met him?
No. Well,
Has he ever met your
Isaac
children?
might have met him at church. I don't know because he was with us. I don't know if he actually physically met him or spoke to him, but you know he knows who he is and what
Okay.
he looks like. But as far as my oldest son, has never met him.
What else is he saying on the video?
Accusing my husband of having an affair in a trailer that's below our house.
A trailer is a trailer you own?
We own it. Hmm.
Tell me some more details about that. Does he say who he had an affair with?
Yes,
Who is that?
with Joan's daughter,
Which one?
Wendy.
And tell me something else. What else is he saying on the video?
I mean, there's a lot. A lot of it, like I said, is sexual. And, he's even accusing my husband of shooting at him. My child of shooting at him. He's delusional. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what his problem is. Doesn't even know us. First time I ever met him. And he's accusing us of stuff. I mean, I don't know what's wrong with this man.
Do you think that he? Do you think that he may perceive you as being somebody who would hurt his case that we have pending?
Absolutely. I do.
And why? Why would you be hurting his case? I mean, what is it that you're going to say that?
Well, we knew Joan. We knew that Joan's actions in the end were not Joan.
Okay.
He's accused us, he's threatened us with, if we pursue with this witnessing, that he's going to take us to court.
Tell me about that. What would his basis be to take you to court? Does he say?
Says that my husband was shooting at him. So he's going to take us to court over that if we continue to be witnesses.
Okay. Let's go back to videos. What else is he saying on the video? So your sons are gay. Your husband's had an affair.
My husband's shooting at him.
Husband's shooting at him.
At one point, I think he even made me a reference to being a streetwalker.
Really?
Yes.
So, what else about you? You control your husband.
Yes.
Anything else about you?
Right now, that's all that I can think of.
What about when you filed the application for a protective order?
Mm-hmm.
Did he have any comments to say about that in his videos?
Well, yeah, he said it was all a lie and that I was just slandering him and that I could be sued for slander. Or,
Okay.
yeah, he made a big long
What were
list.
the things that you alleged in the application for the protective order?
The only thing I alleged is that I feel threatened because he's walking up and down my road where my child is present, videotaping. And that I wanted to stop, and I wanted him to stop putting things on YouTube and to stop making false accusations against me and my child.
Out of the things we just talked about, are any of those items true?
Yes.
No, I mean, out of his statements about your son, about your husband, about you, are any of his statements true?
Absolutely not.
Has your husband ever had an affair with Wendy?
No.
Are your children gay?
No.
Have you ever cheated on your husband?
Never.
Did your husband shoot at him?
Never.
Did you shoot at him?
Is he sitting there? Then I didn't shoot at him. Or my husband.
How about your children?
Never. Like I said, he's sitting there. No one has ever shot at him. He's just paranoid. He's so caught up in his own lies that he doesn't know the difference between reality and what's not real.
Have you observed any other persons coming to the home since Joan passed away, other than Mr. Capps?
No.
Have you observed any other people with Mr. Capps when
No.
he's outside on the road? How often does he go walk the road with his video camera?
Well, since the courtroom date,
Uh-huh.
I think it's probably, if not every day, every other day.
And you see him yourself in those instances?
Sometimes
Yeah.
I do, yeah.
And I want to know: are there any other claims in the videos of Mr. Capps that what we've talked about already? Any other claims?
We've covered a lot, so I don't know offhand, I can't think.
How about Joan's relationship with her daughters? I want to back up here for a minute. Before Mr. Capps came along, I think I heard you testify that you never really observed them having any real disagreements or any real big disagreements.
Right.
Joan would complain
Mm-hmm.
once in a while about who? Who would she complain about?
Debbie.
Debbie. And what was the nature of her complaint?
Just that they had an argument or they're not getting along.
Okay. Now, in the paperwork filed in this case, Mr. Capps has alleged that the three daughters have attempted to murder Joan.
Yeah,
He's alleged that they tried to poison her.
there's no way.
What's your take on that?
Joan's girls loved Joan. They wanted what was best for Joan. They loved their mother. They would never hurt their mother. Joan would never hurt her kids.
Does it surprise you to learn that Mr. Capps took Joan down to an office and had her sign a will where she disinherited her daughters?
Yeah.
Why does that surprise you?
It just surprised me because I know how much Joan loved her daughters. And even let's just say that maybe she did, she would have never took away from her grandkids. Ever. If she did take away from her daughters, it would have gone to her grandkids. Joan loved her family.
And how many? Tell me again how many years you knew Joan?
21.
21 years. Let's see. I want to ask you again. Let me ask you this: do you feel that you are in jeopardy of your physical safety living next to Mr. Capps?
I did at first, but now that I've seen these videos online and stuff, I just realized that he's just a coward who hides behind a camera. So no, I'm not scared of him.
He called my office last week and he left a message that he he threatened to use deadly force if somebody were to come. I don't know exactly what he was saying. Maybe somebody was going to come visit him. Some of the family were going to come visit him over the holidays, and he threatened to use deadly force. Do you think
that's untrue, sir?
Do you think that is an accurate? Do you think he's capable of using deadly force?
I imagine anybody is. Yeah, I would think that he would.
I said self-defense, sir.
All right. I think that's all the questions I have for this witness. You may ask her some questions if you'd like.
Does she have anything to say about Jones' mental incapacity or anything?
Is that a question? Go ahead.
No, I thought you were going to ask her about that. Okay, good done? Okay. Okay, Miss Salmonson. Am I pronouncing your name right?
No.
How do you pronounce it?
Salmonson.
Salmonson. Is that right? Salmonson? Close
enough.
Okay. I'll just call you ma'am. Is that okay? Okay, ma'am. You have alleged in... Well, maybe this isn't true. You have alleged that we were in court for another case. Ever since then, he has been I guess that's how you spell terrorizing. Terrorisy. Does that mean terrorizing?
You're reading it.
What does it say to you there, sir?
She's the witness. You can hand her the document.
Can you read it for me?
Sure. I'm also concerned for my child's safety.
I'm sorry. Why don't you start the first page? I was just looking, but yeah, before you wrote, I mean, just before you wrote. And then go over to the second. Go ahead.
The whole week of 10/21 through 11/2/2019, defendant has walked the road videotaping and posting all videos on YouTube and Facebook, with threatening comments, slander, and naming my children also in, I have a hard time reading my writing, I can't see. Defendant shows videos of filming children. In 2014, defendant shows videos of filming children. I am concerned by his threats of his PTSD being in full-blown terror, which you stated on a video.
May I ask about that for a second? What was I stating I was in full-blown terror about?
On one of your YouTube videos down in the
No,
comments.
I mean, what was the reason I was in full-blown terror?
I'm not real sure, to be honest with you.
So you didn't, wasn't it because your husband shot at me? Is that what I stated?
He didn't shoot at you.
Which video was it? Was it where I called the post office on him?
No, it was one of your very first videos that you put online.
Oh, the first video. Okay,
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
Finish.
before all this other stuff.
The
started
first
happening.
video, Ricky Salmonson, Franklin, North
Can I
Carolina.
finish? We were in court for another case against him where we were defending. We weren't even really defending. We were just there as spiritual
I just want
support.
you to read it, ma'am.
The plaintiff against him. Ever since then, he has been terrorizing us and our neighbors. I am truly scared for my son and me and my spouse. Everything he has done can be found on YouTube. He seems to enjoy posting all of it.
How was I terrorizing you and your neighbor?
Because you're walking up and down the road in a wig and sunglasses and a trench coat. Seeing the video I saw before.
Well, I have never worn a trench coat.
Are you going to let me answer the question?
Well, I've never worn a trench coat, but how am I terrorizing you?
Well, I was trying to tell you. You're walking up and down the road with
Yes.
videotape, a wig on, sunglasses, whatever it is you're wearing. Knowing I
Clothes.
saw a video of you before where you were videotaping kids and you were detained for videotaping children.
No, I wasn't.
I had a lot of concern for my child and
I
my
wasn't
safety.
videotaping children.
That's what the video says.
She's answering your question.
No, I'm asking you how I terrorized you.
I
And
just
the
told
neighbors.
you.
Which neighbor did I terrorize?
Jim Bonner, Mary Jones. Actually,
Now, wait a
you were
second.
talking
How-
about Mary Jones when you were talking about
How
the
did I
full-blown
terror?
terror.
Let's stick with Jim Bonner. How did I terrorize Jim Bonner?
By putting him in line, saying that he said things about us that he never said.
All those things he said. But
No,
he
he
actually
didn't.
said that Ricky had another wife. So I was,
And I don't know why he would say that because it's not true. So you're the one who's lying.
are y'all estranged from your oldest son?
No,
Okay.
absolutely. And
Well,
guess
that's what he said.
That's my son.
Okay.
It's not his son.
He doesn't have another son?
No.
Okay. Well, then Jim Bonner
So you
is
don't know
right.
anything.
Well, I said, well, anyway, I'm not going to
Because
discuss
Jim
that
didn't
with
say
you.
anything to you.
But there's no threats, there was no threats against you and Bonner?
Well,
Okay,
if
how-
he feels threatened, then he can do something about it. I'm just saying that you're
No, you said I was
terrorizing.
terrorizing him.
You are.
How?
By putting up things on YouTube that's not true that he says.
Okay, I'm not gonna argue with that. How did I terrorize Miss Jones?
The same way. You're putting things up on there. And in that specific one that you're talking about, Mary and Mac, is the one who you said, you better watch out for your neighbors and that you are in your PTSD full-blown terror.
Don't remember ever
Of course
saying
you
that.
don't.
Can you quote it? Do you
I
have a
just
little
did.
video of it?
I don't have the video.
I mean, it's somebody
Not
threatened me online, I'd take a video of it.
I'm sure you do.
Okay, have you discussed this case, and you and Ricky discussed this case with Mr. Sloan and her daughters?
No.
Y'all never discussed the case between, y'all get together, the daughters, and y'all never talk about the case or me?
Do you think we get together as a party or something? No. He will call us and say, hey,
No,
there's a deposition.
I mean
or-
the family, the Jones family. Y'all never discussed the case?
No, other than when we were in the courtroom that day. No.
That's a little weird. But, okay, well, what did they say the problem they had with me? The daughters,
That you're a
Jones'
predator.
daughter, that I'm a predator. How am I a predator?
Because you came in when Joan was sick.
How was she sick?
She had cancer.
No, she got cancer.
Questions, Mr. Capps.
Well, she got cancer about a year after I met her.
That's not a question.
No, I mean, when do you say she got cancer?
I'd say Jones had cancer for, let's see, she died in April. I'd say she had it for about a little over a year.
She did not die of cancer. And please don't interrupt me, sir.
I will interrupt you if you're not asking questions of the witness.
Sir, this is my turn. Please don't interfere with my rights. I have a right to defense here.
Go for
Okay,
it.
well
Ask
then
the question.
just be quiet. Okay, she was diagnosed with cancer in January 2018. So I don't know if I don't know if the lump was there before then, but she was diagnosed in January
No.
2018.
She
She had the
told me before
mastectomy
that.
in March. Well, that's a lie.
No, it's not.
Okay, so.
Did you say vasectomy?
I'm sorry, mastectomy. I'm sorry. That was my mistake. Thank you for correcting me. Okay, so basically there's no threats except, I mean, you said that I threatened Mary Jones online? On the
That's
video? I mean, what was the words
Kinda
you
how she
said?
took about it.
No, I'm asking what words I used.
It was something like, you better watch out because your PTSD was in full-blown terror.
And you really didn't find out why my PS
Why would I want to
post-traumatic
find
stress-
out?
Well, you said you felt threatened. I would want to find out if you felt
I can talk
threatened.
to you.
No, I didn't ask if you talked to me. You said there was videos online of me telling you stuff. So, Facebook, YouTube, that's yours. Okay. And Isaac filled out one saying I threatened Ricky, or Richard, Ricky, what's his name? Richard is his name? Salmonson. Videotaping. Videotaping upset y'all?
Yeah.
Okay. Slander against me on public forums. I was wrong, but I parsed my words by saying Jim Bonner told me. How am I harassing you?
By putting videos up online. Lying
Okay.
and telling lies about us.
Well, I might have been mistaken. I never lied. Walking my road, videotaping, lying about my sexuality. I mean, let's see. Might as well get this done, get it out of the way. I know we need to get Ricky up, or Mr. Salmonson up here.
It's not his turn yet.
Well, I know, but I mean, I know. We're all wanting to go home. Let's see, wait a second. Okay. Some questions. Okay. Okay, you've seen me once twice at the courthouse, once at Central Baptist Church. It's Central Baptist Church that John and me
Yeah,
went to.
Central, not community.
Okay. You don't have anything to say about Joan's mental incompetence or anything, right?
Well, I can say that toward the end, along with alcohol and along with pain medications, Joan was not Joan.
Okay, can you give me an example of that?
Well, just the slurring in her voice when she talks.
Okay, so
Joan never
if
slurred.
you were to hear today, it would, and no slur, well, that's one example, you said slurring. Okay, and another one? Now, when did you speak to Joan when she slurred?
Well, I hear it on the videos when you're trying to control her conversations, and Joan is just slurring a whole lot and not really responding to you. That's not Joan.
Another example.
Another example is when I went to her home. Like I said, I'm not good with dates, but it was after she started her cancer
Was
treatments.
that when I was calling?
No,
Worried about her? Okay,
I don't think so. This is when Debbie had called me,
okay.
and me and another neighbor went down to check on her. We got into the house with Debbie's permission, and Joan was in the chair slumped over, all by herself. She couldn't have gone to the bathroom or done anything on her own. We called an ambulance. They came in and checked her out. And at that point, Brian came, and I left. I asked Joan if she needed anything, if things were okay, and she had a hard time answering me, but Brian was like, it'll be okay, and he stayed with her.
What time, they took her to the hospital, huh?
Like I said, I don't think they did. I left Brian with her, so.
Oh, they didn't take her to the
I
hospital?
don't know. I don't know.
Wow. Okay, third time.
Did I mention a third time? What did
No,
you
I was
ask
asking you. So you said she slurred her voice one time when you were talking to
No.
her? Okay.
She slurred on every video that you have of her.
I've never heard her slur, but if you say so.
I'm saying.
Okay, name the time she was under undue influence.
Probably the whole time she's been with you.
That you observed, I'm sorry.
Again, on these videotapes.
Okay,
You're
that's all you got to go
controlling the
on.
whole conversation. You're leading her into things that, and she's just sitting there like she doesn't even want to hear it.
I don't know
Any
about that.
smart person can look at those videos who knew Joan and know that what you're doing to her was awful.
Okay, if that's what you say.
That's what I say.
Darn, you didn't draw the next question from my mind. Okay, the first time you learned all that, obviously, was when I put up the first video, which was like October 28th. Well, now, the first video was him shooting at me on October 28th that I
He
put
wasn't
up.
shooting at you.
What was he shooting at?
He wasn't shooting at all.
That
That's
wasn't
why
him
you're such a-
shooting? It was
no.
coming from your house.
It was not him shooting.
That
at
wasn't
all.
him shooting?
No.
Who was shooting?
It doesn't matter who was shooting, but it wasn't him.
Well, I understand, but it came from y'all's house. You don't know who was shooting from your house?
I'm not even sure it was my house that you heard it from. You're talking about deer season. You're talking about bear season.
Well,
Okay, this was deer and bear season.
Okay.
It could be anybody. Do you know how many people in our neighborhood hunt?
Well, I know, but
Do you know how many people use guns in our neighborhood?
Don't ask me questions, please. I'm asking you questions.
Okay.
How many neighbors are around you?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
No,
8.
how
You're
many
asking me
how many
questions.
neighbors are near your home?
I was trying to tell you.
There's the fellow up here, and the couple, and there's you. Then there's me.
And all along that ridge, are you counting those houses?
That
Because
ridge
you probably don't know
is
about it. You haven't lived
like
there
a
long
quarter
enough.
mile away. But no, I wouldn't count those houses.
Okay.
So actually, the only evidence you're claiming of mental incompetence is what you see in the videos I put up.
I've talked to her on the phone when she was really sick.
Okay.
And like I said, I went to her house when her daughter was concerned about her.
Do you know who shot at me from Dave Gingrich? Do you know Dave Gingrich?
I do know Dave.
Do you know who shot at me from his home?
I have no idea.
Okay. So that wasn't coordinated.
And I think you're just paranoid.
No.
I don't think anybody's shooting at you.
So do you know Catrice Morris?
I do not know Catrice.
Do you know that's
I know
Larry's
the name,
daughter?
and I know Larry had a daughter, but I don't know her
Do
personally.
you know Kevin Morris?
No.
Well, Catrice Morris said that we have Ricky up there shooting at you.
Oh, did she say that?
Yes. She
And
said we
you have
got
it
Ricky.
recorded?
Yes. She said we got Ricky
yeah,
up there
sure.
shooting. No, she said we got Ricky.
Can I hear that? Where she says Ricky's shooting at you?
Not right this second, you
I didn't
can,
think so.
but you'll hear it.
Okay.
But she said we got Ricky up there shooting at you.
Mm-hmm.
How does it feel? So, it wasn't Ricky shooting at me.
No.
And it doesn't bother y'all that somebody's shooting over your home
No.
towards me? Oh, okay. So if somebody shot
No,
over your home, it
remember
wouldn't
we're
bother you?
rednecks.
Excuse me?
Remember, we're rednecks.
Okay. Yeah, when I did give Ricky, I'm sorry, Mr. Salmonson, Larry Morris's ashes, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and y'all delivered them. So if she said that they weren't, Catrice Morris says they were not delivered to the family, she's lied.
Yeah, because, I mean, he brought him right up here to the courtroom and handed them to
Okay.
him. I don't think he
believe
gave them
that.
to me. I don't
believe
remember
that.
if he gave them to
That's
me.
fine. When I was leaving after I gave them to you, I saw y'all jaywalking.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, saw y'all jaywalking.
Okay, so what you gonna do about that?
I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just asking, is that the only law you violate?
We weren't even jaywalking.
Yeah, you were.
We were in the walking area, okay? We
The
were halfway
lights.
through when the thing changed. But
No.
you didn't get that on video, did you?
I have the whole time y'all were walking, it was red the whole time. So, yes. And, you know.
Yeah.
And I've seen, y'all ride the four-wheeler on the road,
Yeah,
don't y'all?
we do.
And y'all know that's unlawful.
No, it's not. We have a farm tag on the back of that.
You
Or
do have
whatever
a
you
phone.
call, whatever you call those things. I forgot what they're called.
So when Joan said Larry Morris called police on y'all for riding back and forth. did
Okay,
you-
here's the thing. We didn't own one when Larry was alive. So there
Okay.
you go with your lies about Joan again.
She
we
said she
never
called
owned
a,
one.
okay, well, that's what she told me, I'm not lying about
No,
it.
she didn't tell you anything.
So it is legal for y'all to ride that on the road?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know there was, you
And
could
it's
get
not
a tag for a
four-wheeler.
four-wheeler.
It's not a four-wheeler.
ATV. Please don't fuss at me. I'm
I'm
trying to
not.
ask you
I'm
questions.
answering your questions.
Okay, I did not know that you could get a tag for ATV.
Guess what?
I was wrong.
Lots of things you don't know.
Okay. What kind of guns do y'all own?
Oh, well, that's really none of your business.
Well, I'm asking you.
But we are
So you
hunters.
refuse it?
We're hunters.
I mean, let me be more specific. What kind of rifles do you own?
I personally could not tell you the names of them because
Okay, I'll ask Mr. Salmonson. Okay. Y'all don't ever loan them to Dave Gingrich, do you?
like I said, they're not my guns, so I don't know.
Okay, I'll ask him when he gets up. I mean, you don't know that y'all do or not.
No.
Okay, so you're saying that you feared me in full-blown terror, but you don't know why I was in full-blown terror?
We've already discussed that one.
Okay. So if you was to hear a phone call of Joan Morris saying she wasn't going to buy Christmas gifts for her daughters or granddaughters, that would be out of character for her, huh?
It would be.
Okay.
And I did hear that phone call.
Oh, you did hear it, okay.
I did hear it.
Well, let's...
And maybe she said it, but she probably still didn't.
No,
like
she
it.
didn't buy gifts, and they didn't buy gifts for her. Let's play that real fast. I got other questions, though, but I want you to point out her word slurring, if you would, please.
Okay, in this particular one, she's not word slurring. Okay, I'm talking about the later videos.
Later videos.
Yeah,
There
when
are
you're
no
in-
later videos.
There are. When you're in the car with her and you're trying to get her turned against Debbie, and yeah, those whenever the social worker was there
So-
and you videoed that,
okay,
her
well-
verse, she's slurring all through that one. So this particular one, no, I don't think she is slurring in that
Okay.
recording.
Well, since you admit to hearing that, you also hear that Debbie owes her for the car.
I don't know anything about that.
Okay, well, then I'll play it for you.
Why do I have to hear that?
Well, I want you to point out her mental incapacity. You're saying she was mentally incapacitated. I want you to point out to me exactly how she was, oops, what did I do? How she was mentally incapacitated. Oh, I've got videos for you to watch also. Joan.
Did you have a good?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was okay. We stayed here Christmas Day and New
She does
Year's
sound
Day.
kind of tired in that one.
It was
What
not-
you do,
No,
nothing?
let me
No, it was
point out where, she's mentally incapacitated, under undue influence, or,
nice and quiet.
Yeah, it was here too.
Yep.
For context, she's talking about Christmas, New Year's, and this date of this phone call was January 2nd, 2019.
We went to Danny's Monday on Christmas Eve, and Christmas Day we didn't do that.
Yeah.
Let's get
You know, I'm not, you're going to pay me to do, but they won't none of them let her start.
Do you have a good one?
Yeah, it was okay. We stayed here Christmas Day and New Year's Day.
She does sound very tired right there in this one. But it gets worse
What
now.
did you do? Nothing?
Nope. It was nice and quiet.
Yeah, it was here too.
I said to point out any mental incompetence or any undue influence.
Yeah.
We all get tired.
We went to Danny's Monday on Christmas Eve, and Christmas Day we didn't do that.
Yeah.
Stay here.
That was us. We didn't go anywhere Christmas Eve.
Do what?
I said, we didn't go anywhere Christmas Eve.
I didn't hear you.
I said, we didn't go anywhere Christmas Eve.
Oh, well, we went Christmas Eve and didn't go nowhere Christmas Day. So y'all didn't go nowhere at all?
Nope.
Does she sound like she's in her right mind?
She sounds tired, but she's having a conversation with her
Does
sister.
she sound like she's in her right mind, ma'am?
At this point,
Oh,
yeah.
that's all right.
No.
We have Christmas. How you said?
Yeah. That's what I've done for the last 2-3 years. I told him, I said, I'm not driving or riding to Atlanta on Christmas Day.
I don't blame you. They could drive to you.
They come up here, they make a mess, cook, don't wash dishes. So I don't know that I want them.
Well, 2 of them live up there anyway. They could come see
Yeah, right.
you. They didn't even come see you Christmas Day?
No,
When?
they were too busy. They were at the pennies.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Better off.
Oh. Well, I guess that's all right.
Yeah. That's what I told them. I said, go on. Y'all need to stay close while you can.
Yeah. That's true, because it's liable to blow up anytime.
Yeah.
They never tell.
It's already blown up with Debbie.
Oh.
You know. Well, none of them.
She didn't go?
Yeah, she went. She went with Wendy. But they won't none of them let her stay
Huh.
at the house or anything.
Well, at least they are. They're born in the same place together.
Yeah. She shows them and visits, and that's about it. Well, she don't do that anymore.
She don't visit you, does she?
She don't have a way to visit me.
Huh. Well.
I took her car. Or my car.
Huh?
I took my car.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
But she ain't got no car now?
Nope.
Have you spoke to Debbie about her repossessing the car?
No.
Oh, okay. Do you think that would make someone angry? Okay.
I don't.
I mean, it ain't funny, but in a way, it serves her right. She ought to learn to pay her bills.
Exactly.
And you can depend on your mama the rest of your life.
She pays everybody else just like clockwork. She never paid me.
Do you think it's right that she didn't pay her mother?
I would have paid my mother.
Okay. So you don't think it's right that she stiffed her mom?
I don't know their situation, but I would have paid my
You
mother.
just heard it. She didn't pay her mom $5,000 shiver. So,
So I just told her, I said, I'm taking it. I don't want to pull on my record. So
Why
I
not?
called it up, the payments up, got a for sale sign on it, and that's it. Then she wanted my car. I said, I don't think so. Oh, man. She said, well, you can't drive or anything, Mama. I said, no, I can't. But I've got a car here. If I need somebody to take me, I got a car for them to take me. And I said, I would give it to you anyway.
Yeah. Well, that's got it. You take, she don't pay the card, and you take it, and then she expects you give her yours.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. She tried to say she paid me back within 2 months of that $5,000. I said, you hadn't paid $500 on that card since you got it.
Oh.
Actually, she was talking about a credit card. That sounded like she said car, but
I don't want you to keep it.
The car, yeah, it's parked out there under my carport.
Oh,
I'm just,
oh, you gonna pay for it?
no, I'm gonna sell it.
Oh, sell it. Well, I do one of them. You don't, it's still very great. You don't pay it.
I'm having to pay it. That's just it. And I told her, I said, I hope you know, I'm not, you're going to take me to this. I said, this is not my fault. Even though I have to run now and take her everywhere she has to go. I don't, but Mike does, and he's getting tired of it.
did you know I was driving everywhere for Daddy after John repossessed your car?
No.
Okay. You don't think that's nice?
Depends on your motive.
My motive is that John wanted me to.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't for Davy.
He said if she'd try to help herself, it'd be different.
Yeah.
But she's not.
Oh, yeah. No, till she does herself, she ain't gonna get no work.
No.
Does she still take her medicine?
Yeah. He's gone to get it now, and I'm having to pay for it.
Do what?
Yeah.
John? I thought you gonna quit.
Well, I said I was, but I can't let her run out of her medicine. I do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't blame you on that, but...
Oh, let me ask you, hear any slurring?
A little, I do.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Forgot
But
what time this was.
Joan
but
drank too, so I mean, it could be.
I never saw Joan intoxicated.
She orders. That'd be the only thing I bought for her.
Well, it is, and I done told her. So don't call me about nothing else.
I mean, I wouldn't buy her groceries and all that if she drove to check.
No,
Does her sister sound like she's slurring?
Her sister?
Yes.
No, her sister
Okay.
doesn't.
not driving shit.
She has?
No.
That's she?
Well, she's got food stamps now, but she let her short-term disability, it ran out, and she hadn't been fighting or doing anything about her disability, Social Security disability, until afterwards. I said, how? I said, I cannot believe that I raised girls like y'all. Just drag ass on everything.
Is that how you remember Joan felt about her daughters?
No.
Okay.
But I mean, obviously she loved her because she paid for her medicine.
We paid for her medicine,
No,
yes.
Joan
And I said,
paid for her medicine, not
No.
you.
We did.
No, Joan.
you didn't kill me
Ma'am.
this stuff
You weren't even
You,
married
you
then.
don't,
You weren't even married then.
is coming up.
Joan paid for her medicine.
ma'am. First of all, we were married June 4th, 2018. This is January 2nd, 2019.
Wait, when did you say you were married?
June 4th, 2018.
Okay.
And this was after we were married, and we did pay for her medicine. It was us.
You catch me off guard like that where I'm having to do all this. I said, this is stupid.
Oh, yeah.
She called me crying. The tag was due on the car. and she had 6 weeks. And she called me crying and said, I'm sorry, Mama, I'm sorry. I said, you're sorry about what? She said, I let the plate down the car. And I said, what are you calling me for? I said, I'm not paying it, Daddy. I am not paying it. It was $97. You couldn't even do that. I paid the insurance last time it was due, $1,300 something. Then I had to turn around and pay it again until I can get the plate turned in, because they charge you a penalty. It's just, oh God, it's driving me crazy. I said, me going through what I'm going through, and you put me through all this. I said, I can't believe you don't care any more about me than that.
I know what you say. I know how you feel. If you kids just don't even act like you exist or nothing else.
No, unless they want something.
Yeah. Well, I say for Brenda, she never asked me for nothing. So still don't have nothing to do with me, so. But I'm about used to it now.
Yeah. And Wendy still hadn't got her driver's license. I said, there's another drag ass.
She's silly for not doing that.
I asked Brian. I asked him point blank. I said, has she got her driver's license yet? He said, no. I said, well, what's the problem? He said, she just keeps putting it off. I said, drag ass. He said, well, I call it lazy.
Well, what? Ain't she got a car or
Yeah, she's got a truck.
would it run?
Yeah.
Well, why hadn't she got it?
Her and Debbie went one time and it was busy. They told them to come back. They ain't been back yet.
Well,
Yeah, I didn't find that out until.
Now, it's been alleged by Mr. Sloan that I prevented her daughters from visiting her. Is that what you understand too? Oh, you don't know? Okay. You said you didn't speak to them. Okay.
After that, she lost the tag on the car. She didn't even have a damn driver's license.
huh? Well, yeah.
Did you know that Debbie was driving without a driver's license?
No.
Okay.
It looks like she won't be able to drive it.
Yeah.
Have to depend on somebody to take you to work.
Yep. She is coming up here.
Well, actually, I moved in March 2018, but who do you understand drove Joan to all of her doctor's appointments during the time you said I wasn't living there?
I know that her, Wendy did.
Wendy drove without a driver's license?
With someone.
Are you?
I know that Wendy went with her.
Wendy never drove Joan anywhere.
Okay.
Did it while I was here. Okay.
Every 2 weeks, it took baby back. Her and Debbie went one time and it was busy and they told them to come back. They ain't been back yet.
Well,
Yeah, I didn't find that out until after that she lost the tag on the car. She didn't even have a damn driver's license.
huh? Well, yeah. It looks like she won't be able to drive it.
Yeah,
Have to depend on somebody to take you to work.
yep. She is coming up here and cleaning my house every 2 weeks. It took baby back some of the money she owes me, and she ain't been up here in 3 months.
So do you think it's that showed love, not visiting your mom for 3 months?
She didn't come because of you, probably.
Says who?
Says me.
I mean, what do you base that on?
Because obviously you were trying to put a wedge between Joan and her daughters.
Huh?
Because when I listen to you on your videos, all you do is talk bad to Joan about her daughters and how they tried to do this and how they tried to do that. Tried to kill her. I mean, my goodness.
It was pretty traumatic.
I wouldn't want to be around you even if you were with my mother. So, actually, you wouldn't be with my mother because
It
I'd
was
have
pretty
kicked you out a long
traumatic
time
when they
ago.
tried to murder her, yes. So,
They didn't try to murder her. You might
oh,
have.
she,
You might have.
she said that. She agreed with me.
Yeah, you probably did it.
So you want to see a video where Joan's talking about,
No, I don't.
well, you just said that you didn't know. that
I've seen
Joan
all
had-
your videos, and they're so stupid.
You've seen,
and
you've
I'm
seen the
just-
one where we were discussing the murder is,
I saw the one where you were discussing it. Joan didn't have a whole lot to say about it.
Joan said, I told.
Another conversation you were trying to lead. You're the one who talks in all these videos. Nobody else talks, and then you tell lies, and you think everybody should believe your lies.
So you didn't hear Joan say, I told them they better not have any more moves.
She might have said that, but you led the conversation.
Yeah,
Joan was tired. I could tell she was tired in those videos. She didn't want to
she was
deal
tired
with
in that
stuff.
video. We just came from a cancer treatment that you say Wendy drove her to, but we'll listen some more. And
Oh,
so you're not able to point out any mental incompetence or any really slurring or anything?
Yeah, on those other videos, the ones that you're not playing where you're leading the whole conversation and telling her how bad her daughters are, and yeah.
What did I say about her daughters?
They tried to kill her.
Yes, and?
There's one you were on a way to take her to a cancer treatment, and you were just trying to get her to, I don't know, call a mediator or something with Debbie, and she didn't want to deal with it. You could just tell in her voice, I just don't want to deal
Actually,
with
it
this.
was a mediator with another
Whatever,
attorney.
I'm just telling you, she didn't want to deal with it. She didn't. She was dying. And here you are slandering her daughters in front of her and make her hate her daughters. She was dying, and you say that you cared about her.
Who said Joan was dying?
She had cancer.
The
She
cancer was
sick.
treated and cured.
No, it wasn't.
Oh.
And I don't care about your whatever it is you have.
A
Joan,
video
I
of
talked
her
to
saying
Joan.
she's okay, huh? I mean, I'm
Joan
sorry.
was. Do you video yourself going to the bathroom? My gosh, what do you not video?
Please don't. Don't be upset.
You're such a disgrace to this country. You
Oh,
say you
yes.
served in the military. You're a
Ma'am.
disgrace. You are a disgrace to
Yeah.
this country, to the flag that you
Sure.
try to fly above your house.
And you served?
No, I didn't, but I'm a
Okay.
better citizen
well,
than you
then
are.
don't knock us who did.
I don't think you did,
Well, I don't care what you think.
because it's true.
You're here to answer questions, not to
Okay.
be trying
well,
to
I can say
badmouth
what I
me.
want to say. You badmouthed me for the last
Well,
few
I'll ask
months
Counsel.
on,
We're not
on
getting
YouTube.
very
I'll ask
far
the
here.
judge to hold you.
We're not
So-
getting very far in.
It's my turn to badmouth
the
you.
issues in this case.
The
so
issues in this case, we are.
how much time of video and
as
audio
much
do you
as
have?
I need. As much as I need.
Tell me how much right now, and we might need to reschedule part 2 of this deposition.
Yeah. Be
We
another
can
Tell me how
Saturday
much
watch
time
video
to
for you.
reschedule.
Tell me how much time you're going to need.
As much as I need.
You got to give me an estimate. Are we going to be here till 5?
Well, Ricky's probably going to take another couple hours. Ricky's the most.
I want to
important
know
witness.
with this witness,
Well, if he's
how much
most
more
Probably
time do you
another
have?
hour with her, 2 hours with Rick. I'm sorry, Mr. Salmonson.
All right, well, let's get moving.
Okay.
I don't want
I'm
her, I
trying
don't
to,
want
and
Miss.
please do not rush me, sir.
I don't want
If you
Miss
wanna
Salmonson
leave,
to come
you
back.
leave. You leave. If you want to leave, you leave. But don't try to interfere with my rights here, sir.
We'll go to the judge on it if you want to.
Let's do that. You want to vacate this deposition and just
No, go on. I want to know how much time you have. I noticed
told
this
you,
for 1
probably another
hour.
hour with her, and I told
Let's
you,
get moving. Go on.
sir.
Are your batteries going to last
Do
that
not
long?
talk to me. Do not talk to me like that. We're not in. Well, do not talk to me like that. Okay.
I'll talk to whoever I want to, and you can take it to the judge.
Yeah. Well, screw
Take
you.
it to the judge.
Okay.
I've already seen all these videos that you've got up.
This is not a video.
Well, then what are you doing? Good Lord.
I'm looking for a phone call. Okay. Andy. Rose Penny. Okay. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry.
We know.
I believe this is playing.
Hey,
Hey,
you on your way home?
I am.
Did
Good
you,
work.
did you talk to Debbie?
Yeah, I thought they were.
Okay, is everything?
For the record, this is Penny Bourne and Joan Morris Cap speaking. On where's the date on this?
Can I record it? Can I videotape that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can videotape. I hope you.
Hello?
There we go.
Hey,
Hey,
you on your way home?
I am.
Did
Good
you,
work.
did you talk to Debbie?
Oh,
Yeah, I thought they were.
let me ask you, if you hear any slurring, mental incompetency, or any undue influence in this call, point it out also. Sure. I can't believe I reset that. I'm sorry. I wasn't trying to. You want to set it up instead of holding it?
No, I'm doing some commentary.
Okay. I
Hello?
would prefer you listen to the phone call, man.
Hey,
You on your way home?
I am.
Did
Good
you,
work.
did you talk to Debbie?
Yeah, I thought they were.
Okay, is everything kosher?
Everything what?
Kosher.
Yeah, Wendy and Janet are at the hospital. They should be at the hospital with her. I'm waiting on them to call to let me know what they're saying. So, I hadn't heard anything. They said they'd let me know as soon as they hear anything.
Well, she didn't want to go to Angel Hospital, and I told Wendy she's going to have to go.
She said what?
She said she's going to have to go there. Huh?
I didn't say anything.
Somebody did. Okay. Anyway, she said, well, she's going to have to go there because she said that's the best we can do today. But anyway, I thought I'd call you. I just came from my doctor, my
How'd it go?
last treatment, and I got a certificate, cancer-free.
Well, awesome. We need to have a party.
Need you what?
Need to have a party to celebrate.
Yeah,
Oh, so no more treatments. It's all over.
yeah. My scan showed nothing. It showed everything clear. It was just, I figured she was coming in there to give me my disc, and said she said, congratulations.
Ah, well, awesome. I
Yeah.
know you're.
Huh?
I know you're glad it's over.
Oh, yes. She said, you won't see me every 3 weeks. She said, you might see me 3 months.
Oh,
Just to keep checking.
yeah. Yeah.
So,
Ooh. Ooh. So tired and stayed up last night packing. Got to go home and pack tonight.
when y'all got to be out?
Wednesday. We're closing on our house Wednesday morning at 11 and at 2 o'clock on the new house.
Wow.
I know.
Do y'all have a pool at that one?
No, there's a lake in the backyard, which is really nice, but no pool. We didn't want a pool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it just became, I mean, when the kids were there and it was being used all the time, it was worth the work, but the last year or so, it really hadn't been, so.
Yeah.
Oh, me. Oh. Now we got to go in and paint and all that kind of stuff to get it ready. Oh. After we get moved in.
Yeah. Michael sends his regards.
Wow, I'll tell him I said hello.
She said, hello. He's
Oh.
tickled to death.
What's the question you have on the table for this?
I'll just went out to celebrate.
Huh?
I think I asked you not to speak to me again.
What is your question for the witness?
I asked you not to speak to me again.
I'm going to talk to you about the procedure for this deposition.
I understand that. I was going to ask her a question, but I asked you not to speak to me
I'm
again.
asking
This
you,
is not
what
your.
is-
This is not your witness
This
now.
is
This is my
taking
witness.
too long. You need to tighten this up. What's
What
the
time
question?
limit do we have on this deposition, sir?
You have as much time as I have.
Then please just be quiet, please. Okay. You said.
You got 20 minutes.
You said that Joan was dying of cancer. And in that, Joan said, cancer-free, got a certificate, last treatment today.
So good. I'm so glad that
So,
she didn't have cancer
were you
anymore.
lying or were you just wrong?
Or maybe I was just wrong.
Well, you heard Joan herself, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
You said, I forgot what you said, I was taking advantage of her because she was dying of cancer.
Yeah, and I still believe that you did take advantage of her. She may
How
not
did I
be
take
dying of
how did I
cancer.
take advantage of
She
her?
may not have been dying of cancer, but something was wrong with Joan, and she was dying.
What was wrong with Joan?
Well, I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I do know that she had cancer. Maybe I'm misinformed about how she died, but she was dying, and she was dying there. Joan was sick. She was very sick. Joan was on a lot of medications, a lot of pain medications,
No,
and she drank. Yes, she was.
no, she wasn't.
Oh, really? Then
Yes.
what were all those medicine bottles that I saw when I went into her house?
I'm not here to answer your question.
Okay, that's what I
Oh,
thought.
she has on a lot of
Yeah.
medication.
Okay.
She didn't take pain medication.
Okay.
So who did you hear she was dying of cancer from?
I just told you, maybe I was wrong. I know she had cancer.
She did have cancer.
Okay.
Yes, it was
Okay.
cured. Yes.
All right.
Okay. I was just curious about why you said that she died of cancer.
Well, I'm sorry. Maybe I was mistaken.
Well, of course you were. Yes. Okay. Let me go back to my questions because there's no use showing you the video.
Yeah.
That's for Ricky. So, do you remember do you remember people shooting over your house on the 24th of October?
No.
Shooting at me?
I
Okay.
don't.
So if I show you a video of shots coming from your house, that wasn't you or Ricky or
No.
Isaac? Okay. So someone was up at your house shooting a gun and you didn't know it. Wow.
How
Okay.
do you know they were at my house is my question.
Huh, I heard them.
It doesn't mean they were at my house.
Yes, they were at your house.
No,
Yes.
you don't.
I walked by your house. Yes. Well, the video doesn't lie.
No, it doesn't.
Yes.
Believe me. It doesn't. So you just keep playing it.
So you haven't been able to hear anything that would suggest she was mentally incompetent or under any undue influence in any of anything I played you so
The
far?
two that you chose to play, no. I mean,
Okay.
there's some slurring, but she's talking to her daughter.
Okay.
So.
And, well, you haven't discussed the case, so you're not aware of the DSS investigator that they had called and made a false report to.
Other than the fact that you videotaped it, no.
Yes, I videotaped your second visit.
Yeah.
You're correct. You wouldn't have, you said you knew Dave Dean, but you wouldn't have you wouldn't know any reason for him to be shooting over my mobile home.
No.
Okay.
He's a good guy.
Yeah, I liked him. I was surprised. I kind of figured it might be Isaac down there
You're
shooting.
paranoid. Honest to God, you are the most paranoid person on the face of the earth.
Okay. Play a video for you. Well, you said I'm paranoid. We'll play a video and we
You're
will.
paranoid that someone's shooting at you.
No,
I'm
no.
not saying that people don't shoot in the neighborhood. They do.
Ma'am.
But shooting
Ma'am,
at you,
ma'am.
you would be dead. I'm serious.
Oh, yes. I do not believe that he was shooting to hit me. I believe he was shooting to threaten me. Yes.
He doesn't
Okay.
shoot the threat.
I'm sorry, what now? He doesn't shoot the threat?
No.
He shoots to kill?
If he's hunting.
I don't know why, but for some reason. Let me ask you, how do you hunt coyotes?
With a gun.
No, tree stand, stalk them, what?
You don't actually hunt coyotes. If they come into your yard and they're threatening your animals, then you shoot them.
Dave Gingrich said that him and Isaac hunted
Here
coyotes.
you go with your lies again. Dave didn't say that.
I've got it recorded.
Okay.
I'll play it for you.
Yeah, just let you know at 12 o'clock and we'll have to lock up here for our 1 hour lunch break. So,
Okay. You want to come back at 1?
We got 15. Go ahead. Keep going.
I mean, do you want to come back
Yeah,
at
you need
1?
to get done with me.
Yeah.
So Mr. Salmonson's going to come back at 1.
Is that okay with you? Okay. We can reschedule it if we need to. Yet we noticed it.
And I'm not stating I'm that good looking. I mean, this is what I look like. I'm not So that was someone shooting over your house?
Ricky Salmonson shooting.
And
Is he
see,
shooting
and you
at
just
me?
say that automatically he shoots.
I can tell where something's coming from, yes.
Well, there goes Otis scared.
So you can't.
He's wanting to see it too. You haven't seen it? Seriously? You
Poor
haven't seen my
Otis.
videos?
Oh, God.
No, sir.
You haven't done your due diligence?
No, sir.
Is he shooting towards me?
Okay. Let's fast forward ahead to where I'm down near his home.
And just him talking.
Good mind. Yeah.
Yes, it's me talking.
Long time
Yes.
ago.
At my driveway.
Mr. Salmon's home's up here. There's no other people that live around this area.
I don't know how much he would appreciate it. And hell, he might come down here and murder me for some reason. I kind of think he has a crush on you, and that's why Lonna
You're
had
so
to follow
gay.
us when I got him to carry Ricky
You
back.
must be gay. Because all you talk about is gay people.
Why did you follow us when
Let's stick to the issues.
Yes.
here.
Why did you follow me when I asked
Because
Ricky to
that's
come
my
get this?
husband. I
Okay.
go places with him.
Okay. Okay, here it comes.
I might even, do I want to do that?
Mr. Salmonson's home's up here, and that's Jim.
Do you want her to see this?
No, I want her to hear it.
Perhaps.
Okay. So
So you did not hear that shot over your home? You saying people are shooting over your home?
I wasn't home. You ever think about that?
Well, I'll ask Mr. Salmonson who shot over his home. Okay,
Why don't you do that?
I will. 15 minutes, okay. So you have no evidence that Joan was mentally incompetent or
Same question. Do you have
Yeah.
any other questions? Oh my gosh.
will you let me finish, please, ma'am?
Okay.
You have no evidence to offer that Joan was mentally incompetent or under any undue influence or out of her mind or anything,
Other
correct?
than the videotapes that you have put online,
Okay.
I
Oh, okay.
personally haven't videotaped anything.
Were you going to be a witness before the videotapes were posted?
Actually, no.
Oh, okay,
Yeah, you caused that.
okay. So it's revenge.
Good job. No, not at all. We got subpoenaed because of you.
Okay, I'm trying to hurry because we need to get out of here. And we're gonna adjourn back at 1.
Well, I need to talk to Mr. Salmonson. I noticed him for noon. He may have somewhere to go, and we'll have to renotice it.
Okay, are there any more that you have coming up?
Any more what?
Depositions.
Oh, I mean, I haven't scheduled any right now. I probably will.
Okay. I understand. Okay. Once. Okay. You believe in the Bible, don't you, Miss Salmonson?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So. So you do. So when it states Matthew 19:6, wherefore they are no more twain, but one flesh. What therefore God hath joined together, let no man put asunder. Do you believe in that? Are you laughing at the Bible?
If God brought the union together,
Yes.
then yeah.
Okay. Well, what? Are you implying that God was not in our relationship?
I believe that he probably was not.
Okay. And you base that on what?
You.
On me. And what's wrong with me?
You're just evil. You
How am
lie
I
about,
evil?
You lie about everything. You lie about everybody.
I was probably, if Mr. Salmonson,
You are a
Salmonson
victim?
does not have another, well, I was told. Now, let me
I don't
ask.
think you were even told that because Joan's known him a lot longer than she has me. Joan
Yeah,
said-
Joan didn't like him.
Yes, she did.
Oh, no, she
and
didn't.
that's where you're just putting
Ma'am,
Joan's
ma'am,
name in slander.
Ma'am,
She's not the
I need to
person.
ask you some questions before the time's
Okay,
up, please.
go ahead.
I forgot.
No.
Now, did you and your husband and Jim Bonner ever have a dispute over a well or anything?
We've never had a dispute over a well.
So he never took you to
Ever.
court
No.
for over anything, septic tank,
Never.
well? Okay.
Never.
He told us that too.
Once again, you're lying.
No, I'm not lying. He
Yeah,
told us
you are.
that.
Because he never told you that.
That's fine. Okay. Well, he did tell me that,
Look
but
it up.
Really
There's
want to know
nothing.
the fact is
Rich,
that I gave him permission to bring a well up my driveway to drill his well.
there was never any court dispute.
Never.
No.
Okay. Okay. I thought there was from what he
Of
said.
course you did.
Okay, I believe that's about it. Well, that's what I was told. Do you know Jim Bonner very well?
Yeah.
Do you know he could talk a lot?
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And the first time I met him, he told me his life story.
Yeah, I can believe that.
In a few hours. It was pretty bad. Okay, I'm hurrying. I know Mr. What's his name here is really upset. Okay. Well, actually, you didn't really have anything to begin with except an opinion, so I guess that's it for her.
All right.
No more questions.
No more questions.
Okay, give me a minute to talk to Mr. Salmonson.
Right on. Are we leaving at 12 regardless?
Yeah,
Okay.
we got to shut down.
Okay, I'll get my stuff up.